Hello, hello, hello. We are currently waiting for Dave to join us. He is joining us shortly. He's just currently trying to figure it out on his iPad. But that's the joys of live. Hang on, it won't do it in Google. He's figuring it out. So, yes, jump in the comment section. We'll do it after go to Safari. Perfect. So yes, these are the joys of live. So yeah, Dave is currently connecting to us. Now, for those who don't know Dave, Dave is a phenomenal stage hypnotist and has been a stage hypnotist for many a year. Started off as a submariner. He's an author. He's a star of screen TV, as well as a regular on Steph's Packed Lunch here in the UK. And he's recently just announced his retirement from stage hypnosis. So we're going to talk to him about that and about his journey and how stage hypnosis has changed over the years. He has a fantastic book on Amazon on how to be a successful stage hypnotist. Yes, he will be joining us shortly. So do let us know in the comment section, first of all, where you are watching from and if you're a stage hypnotist too. It's always interesting to see the people that join these live streams and where they're watching from. Let me just, this is the joys of life. Hi Dave, how are you doing? Oh, right. Have you tried it in Google Chrome? Yeah, try in Google Chrome. If you just put that link in the address bar on Google Chrome, it'll ask if you, it'll ask if you could to use your mic and camera. But yeah, we'll get there. No worries, buddy. Speak to you soon. So there you go. That is Dave. He is currently doing his thing to join the live. It's one of the things that sometimes when you're going live, there's all sorts of stuff can happen. So yeah, let us know where you're watching from and you know where you're at with your journey when it comes to stage hypnosis. I'll currently talk to you a couple of things about some of the things that I know as well. Keep your eyes out on YouTube for World Hypnosis News Live, which is something me and Jim Kellner are doing, which is where we're kind of collating all the various bits of information about hypnosis from conferences and trainings around the world. And if you've got something that you want to add into that, then feel free to drop myself or Jim Kellner a message and we'll share that out there as well. If you're a stage hypnotist and you've not been interviewed on this show yet, then please do get in touch. It's always interesting to get the perspectives of different stage hypnotists from around the world. And it's always great to get back on guests. Hello. Yeah, you don't need to sign in. You should just be able to put your name in and be good to go. Yeah, so yeah, he's getting through it. So yes, I can see him. I can see something happening. I don't know what it is yet, but there's definitely something happening. I think we're just waiting for him to connect on there. So yeah, so if you are a stage hypnotist, then do get in touch as well. It's interesting to have the different perspective from different people around the world and what they're doing with stage hypnosis. And it's weird because we have lots of guests that have been on twice. Dave is a guy that's been on the show before, and people were really keen to speak to him. I've got something here. Is he going live? Oh, there we go. I can see Dave is here. God, ready. So, guys, without further ado, please do make him feel very welcome. And if you're watching this on the replay, don't worry, we managed to get him here as well. So please welcome the one, the only, the awesome Rawson, Dave Rawson himself. Here he is, and there he is. Dave, how are you? Oh, you're on mute. I heard you a second ago. Wait there for me, Dave. I'll tell you what I'll do, Dave. I will refresh this screen. And then we should be able to get you through it. In fact, do you know what? It should be, let me just double check my audios here. Default map report. Yeah. I can't hear you, Dave. Let me refresh my screen. I know we're going to get there. We've got visuals. We've got visuals. Let me just refresh this, see if that might help. Right. Let's try that. Can you hear me now, Dave? I can't hear you, though. Let's go there. You're on there. Oh, we're getting there. Dave, do me a favor. Just try refreshing your screen. See if that helps. There we go. Joys of live, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome. We have got the visuals. We will be getting back to the audios in a second. Let me just get sent here. Oh, dear me. Getting sent some randomness on my phones as well as we're going live. So yes, Dave is a fantastic stage hypnotist. And like I said, if you are a stage hypnotist that has not been interviewed on the show, then we'd love to get you on as well. We're very much interested in people from Europe, from Australia, and I'm very much looking for some people from kind of Eastern Europe as well as Japan. We haven't had any many people on the show from the eastern part of the world, so China, Japan, Hong Kong. And if you do know of any stage hypnotists in that part of the world, then do get in touch with them and get them on the show as well. Dave is going to be joining us. It's a long time since we've had one of these shows. I do love a good technical issue, and it'll probably be my fault. I know sometimes I get I have some technical issues. So if you can hear Dave, do let me know. Let me just, I can see something there. If I just remove it and then hopefully he'll come back in. So yes, it's what we like about live streaming. I've got some sound effects as well, which is very much, hopefully you can hear that. Dave, make some noise, see if I can hear you. I can see you, Dave, but I can't hear you. Where's that? That's on there. That is on there. I don't know what to suggest at this moment, Dave. Let's just try something else. What can we try? What can we try? Yes. Try connecting with it on your phone, Dave. If that's an iPhone, you should be able to do it on your phone. And when you go on your phone, if you can hear me, there'll be a bit there where it says request desktop website. Let's have a look. Move your phone up a bit. Yeah, at the top bar there, those two little buttons there, if you click that and then go down to request desktop access and then refresh it. This is how it works live. But yeah, if you are watching, we are just about to interview the amazing, awesome Rawson. Let me just give him a bell. Hiya, buddy. Yeah, when you were at the top of the address bar on your phone. Yeah, oh no, on the address bar there'll be two little letters, like two little A's. Let's have a look. Show your screen to the phone to the screen. All right, yeah, click done. That's an iPhone, isn't it? Right, go on to, oh, I know what you've done. You've clicked the link in the chat. Copy the link and then go into your browser. Bloody technology. If you press and hold it. One second, nothing. Let me just. Okay. I've got another plan. Open up your browser, and you're in a good. If you've not got Chrome, Safari will do. Perfect. Go into that. In the address bar, go to wfylive.co.uk. Yeah. .co.uk. Yep. Right. Now at the top left of the screen, can you see those little A's? Put your screen up, put your phone back up to the screen. Yeah. Try it in Safari. Hey. We're getting there. You're on. Where are you? Yep. It should say join. Yeah. Yep. Does it say join? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please make some noise for. I can hear you on this, but I can't hear you on that. Let's just have a. Let me just try something else. Let me just try something a bit different. Give me a second. Give me a second. I've got something that might work here. Let me just keep talking, Dave.
You are live, mate.
Now, I think if you talk now, Dave.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just trying to think if I've got you on here. If I've still got you on here, we might be able to get. Oh, we've lost him. Well, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4,
there we
5.
go, Dave. We have got you, and we've got audio. Whatever you did, don't touch anything.
Brilliant.
There we go, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Sorry for all the
No, do
technology.
you know what? It's completely fine. It just happens sometimes where it's just the technology goes a bit daft. And tonight is one of those nights where the technology went a bit daft.
Sure, yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Joyce says, "Hi, Grant and Dave. Good to see Dave. The best teacher I had on my path to stage hypnosis. Spent 4 days in Ibiza with his house, and he was fantastic. Such a great performer, and above all, a great guy. Should work on his technical skills."
Well, thanks.
There we go. So, Dave, you know, you've had a fantastic journey. It started off as I always love there was a picture of you on a submarine in the North Pole, all the way through to performing in Hong Kong, Ibiza for many a seasons, and a regular right here. I believe it's filmed in Yorkshire on Steph's Pack Lunch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. It's filmed in Leeds. Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
So, I mean, tell us what that's like. I mean, I love to see you. And since the last time we spoke, you went and gone and got married.
Yeah, I know. You can't be happy all your life, can you? So yeah, yeah. I got married. Went to Vegas, and we got married out there. We decided to spur at the moment to just get married. So that's what we did.
Fantastic. That is absolutely amazing. And what a place to get married as well, Vegas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let me just put a link up here to as well. Is you've got a fantastic book on Amazon, which is How to Successfully Become a Stage Hypnotist. And what I love about this is some of the reviews on that book is very much from stage hypnotists saying what a great book that is to teach them the extra stuff that they thought they didn't know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to bring it up to date because of like the other books are written from years ago, like the Ormond McGill books from
Yeah.
And I thought, well, there's no up to date things. So was I think I last updated it about 4 years ago, but I wanted to do it when I was in Ibiza. So you do what hypnotists are doing today, sort of thing, like we all do. So that's when I sat down and wrote it, and that was I did it then. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, I must admit, I'm a bit jealous. At the beginning of the pandemic, I said I was going to sit down and write a book because it's the only time I've got the time. And you know what I did? I did nothing.
Yeah. It just
So, I mean, tell us about, I mean, you've just recently, and I was shocked to see it online, but you've just recently announced your retirement from stage hypnosis. Tell us about what brought that decision about.
Well, basically, I've I've had 2 heart attacks, and that was 3 years ago. And now I'm very healthy otherwise, and I still am. And so I just thought I'm 64, and the pandemic came along, and obviously there's no work for anyone. And then after that, it was only dribbling in work, and I thought, you know what, I don't need it anymore. I was channeling my energy after I came back from Ibiza, wanting to get into television. So I was really going down that route, and I was thinking, if I get some gigs, I'll do them. And then I just said to the missus, that's it now. I'm going one more gig, and then I'll knock it on the head. And that's it. I've done it now. So I've done it for about 28 years. So it's a long time. Yeah.
Wow. What's been the biggest changes over that time that you've seen? Like from the days from like Ibiza season, which I can imagine was like manic.
Yeah.
You know, how have you seen the industry change in that time?
Oh, really changed so bad in as much as like just in Ibiza changed dramatically because I was getting less and less shows just because the way it was all changing and international hotels. And if you didn't speak 5 languages, they didn't want you in the hotel. And who can do a hypnosis show in 5 languages? It just wouldn't work. So it was becoming more and more difficult, and also the audiences obviously, they were getting the younger ones were coming along and they'd never seen a hypnotist before, and they were pretty like different about it or didn't want to join in. So that was quite difficult as well. I was finding. So I thought, it's time for me to leave Ibiza, go back to UK and chase other things that I wanted to do.
Yeah, well, like you said about the TV stuff, I mean, I've seen you in rap music videos.
Yeah.
You have been everywhere, which is really cool. How was being in a rap music video?
It was great fun, actually. We did it in one day, and it was just an advert for it saying white guy wanted to be in this rap video, and I applied for it and I got it, and we went down to London, filmed it, and it was absolutely brilliant, and it's had over 100,000 views, so it's been great. Yeah, it was good fun.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I see like a lot of the stuff like you've got a thing on, is it on YouTube where it's you and your partner kind of do your travels and talking about your journeys and stuff together? I think to be able to work like that with your partner is pretty cool. So yeah, has she had any kind of ambitions to join you on stage?
No, Andrea, she just sits in the background. But when we do the test pack lunch together, we get involved with that, and then obviously we do, like you said, we do talks in the car, and we banter off each other, and we do that and have a bit of fun. And then when we do the outtakes as well, I sometimes stick them on because they're quite funny for watch the outtakes. So we have a bit of a laugh with that as well. Yeah.
The outtakes are absolutely amazing, and it's great to see like I say, to see your journeys together. Now, speaking of Steph's Pack Lunch, I think it's fair to say you have got some absolutely amazing shirts. Is that a particular brand of shirt, and what's the inspiration? Because you are very noticeable with those shirts.
No, I bought them. Well, I started in Ibiza, really, buying loud shirts. It was a joke, and I started wearing loud shirts. And then people would comment, and I thought, right, do you know what? I'm going to buy a louder shirt, then a louder shirt. And that was it. So I just did it for a bit of a joke, really. And now I've got about, I don't know, about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 loud shirts upstairs. So I thought I'd start wearing them and wearing them on television as well. And just having a bit of fun, and yeah, I like it. So just try and keep in with the crowd and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think it's the spillover from the performer in you, because it's about being remarkable. It's about being dressed well on stage. It's brilliant. Now, not a lot of people know this, but I mean, you're in Yorkshire now, aren't you? Are you still in Yorkshire?
South Yorkshire, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Which is the centre of the universe, as some people say. I do love South Yorkshire, and a lot of the Americans watching this won't really kind of get this, but for me, those towns, especially South Yorkshire, especially northern towns, you've really got to know your stuff to pull off a comedy hypnosis show in this kind of part of the world. It's not like anywhere else in the world, especially South Yorkshire. There can be some challenging shows. You've traveled the world doing hypnosis. Where do you think is both the best or easiest shows versus the most challenging ones?
The most difficult ones, well, Hong Kong, I imagine, because it was they'd never seen anything like it, and so I was doing the show, and obviously I had to have a translator as well. Some of them speak English, so that was the most challenging shows, doing that in Hong Kong. The easiest shows I enjoyed performing in Goa, India. That was great. Thailand was good, but in Thailand it was just the for the expats who I was doing the shows out there for. So yeah, I'd say Hong Kong was the most difficult, just for that reason only.
Yeah, I've only ever worked with a translator once, and that was on an all German audience, and the only person that went under was the translator. So that was really awkward, to be fair. But I think that's one of the things I love about what we do is, we can be the star of the world, top of the world one night, and then the next night you have got your work cut out, and you've got to really challenge. So yeah.
Or down your backside. And that's happened quite a few times, which I'm sure all stage hypnotists have done as well, or had a challenging night.
I think I always love looking back on my challenging shows afterwards. At the time, I would sooner be anywhere else in the world than at that show. But afterwards, you look back and you go, "Oh, that could have been done differently. That was my fault. That was the audience's fault, and that's that." But I think it's our challenges that help us in this type of industry. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mind you, you're going to Thailand, are you, next year with your taking you're doing is it Koh Samui you go anyway?
Yeah, it's in March next year with Jim Kellner. We've got like a 5-day retreat in Koh Samui, which is the idea behind it is it's a place where people can go without any other distractions. And Koh Samui is a beautiful part of the world as well. I mean, I know you've been to Thailand quite a few times, and weirdly, one of your heart attacks was in Thailand, and you were.
It was in Cambodia, but couldn't do anything for me in Cambodia apart from look after me in the hospital, and I had to have be transferred by ambulance 7 hours with a full medical team to take me to Bangkok to have the stent fitted. Wow. So but I was there 2 weeks in Bangkok, but yeah, amazing place, love it.
Yeah. I remember seeing the pictures of the hotel they put you up, or I don't know if it was the hospital or the hotel in Bangkok, but I kind of thought, do you know what? If you're going to be ill, don't get me wrong, the British NHS is a wonderful service, but if you're going to be ill, that looked like the best place to be ill. Is that it looked amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So, I mean, apart from the stents and the how are you in your health and everything nowadays? Now.
Fine. I mean, I just get on with life as any other person, really. I don't even think I've had them. I don't. I just get on with life. That's it. I still go walking most days, 4 mile a day. I do everything that you just ordinarily do anyway. So I don't even believe I've had them. I know I have, but I don't dwell on it in my head. So I just carry on.
I must admit, it's always great to see, every time I see you online or on Steps Back Lunch, always a really positive kind of attitude, always got a massive smile on your face, and a great energy as well. And I think that's a sign of a good performer. You've got to fill that room with your energy and everything else as well. So apart from Steps Back Lunch, is there any other projects that you've got going on at the moment you want to talk about?
I've got one coming up on television on Channel 4, and that's on the 29th of this month at 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. And it's called You Won't Believe This. So I won't tell you anymore, but it should be quite fun to watch. And I had good fun doing it, and I recorded that last November. So it's taken a year to come on.
Wow, yeah, it's amazing how long some of these things can take to come to air. And sometimes, I mean, I've only done a little bit of stuff in the past, but they'll tell you this is the program and this is what it's going to be called. And then a couple of years later, you realize that it's on a different channel under a completely different name. And you generally, when I've done it, I've always ended up looking like a bit of an idiot.
That's the thing. I mean, I played it for comedy, and I'm hoping when I see it, because I've no idea, I'm hoping when it comes across that they do make it look like that and not make me look stupid. So hopefully, you know what I mean? So it was great fun doing it. And then another thing which I can't talk about that I've done, but that's coming out next year on television on Channel 4 and in April. But I can't talk about that. But I've quite recently done that. So, but I'll tell you later on anyway.
Nice. Yeah. It's one of those, at least you said it perfectly then, like, we never know how the edit is going to go. And I think, especially for hypnotists, especially for older male hypnotists, such as myself and yourself, is we never know how it's going to go, which is why I've always turned down the talent competitions. Because I think it's easier to make me look like a fool than what it is to do anything else. But I think exactly what you said then, it's the same for anything. You've just got to have fun doing it. Don't worry about the outcome. If you're having fun doing it, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just the edit that you worry about. You know what I mean? How they're gonna, how I did it, and how they're gonna put it on television. I don't know yet, but it wasn't just me. There was 3 other people when we did this show. So it was great fun. So we'll see what happens when it comes on.
Nice.
So,
I'm looking forward to it. When did you say that was on?
it's on the 29th of November, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, I will definitely be watching that. My Tuesday nights are fairly free. So in the 20-something years you were performing, what would you say was the highlight of your career? What was the show that sticks in your mind as your favorite show during that time?
Oh my God, there's so many. It's unbelievable. Because you're working every night, it was just like you're going doing your gig and having a laugh. There's memorable people who would come year after year, and they'd get up and always get up sometimes and be the same person, and you think, oh God, they're here again. But they were brilliant characters, you know, and they made the show. So yeah, some people would stick out, but the show was different. Well, you know yourself, don't you? It's different every night with the different. It's the same play, but different characters. So you just never know how that play is gonna work out. You can try and engineer it as best you can, but you know what I mean. You never know. But yeah, I enjoyed every show actually. Some were difficult, of course, like, you know, they're never the same. But yeah, over the 20 years that I did it in Ibiza, I really enjoyed it until it got towards the end, and it was like getting less and less. And I was having to, I designed a different game show then, so I took that on the road. And I had 7 years doing that in Ibiza, and I brought it back to England with me. So I'd go out and do that. I'll still like go out and do my game shows and stuff like that, and you know, my close-up magic that I like doing. So I still do that, yeah.
I remember seeing a great article recently, only a couple of years ago as well, about your. I think it was the YMCA that you'd moved around the YMCA routine, which I thought was a really original idea and a really great thing. But the exposure you got on the back of that was absolutely phenomenal. So yeah,
I didn't even know. Well, it was a bit naughty, really, because I saw this YMCA thing, and a hypnotist did it. I won't mention the name of this hypnotist. Anyway, I emailed the hypnotist and said to him, "May I use that routine?" So he said, "Yes, of course you can." So you know what I mean, because I thought I'll ask. It's only polite to ask. So this certain hypnotist said, "Yeah, you can use it." So I did use it. And unbeknown to me, I had no idea that it got in the Daily Mail. I had no idea. Somebody just told me it was in there, and I was like, what? Went online, and there was a story, and I was mega shocked. Anyway, another certain hypnotist, so I shall remain nameless.
Can we just have initials, like initial? Let's see if I can guess.
This other certain hypnotist says to me, "Hey, Dave, that was my gig. That was my routine." And I said, "Oh my God, I never knew. I thought it was X's routine," because I wrote to them and asked them. And they said, "No, it was my routine." And I said, "Well, look, I didn't know that." And they said, "He pinched it off me." And I said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. I won't use it again." And he said, "No, it's okay. You can use it, but, you know," and I said, "Well, I did ask because I assumed it was the other hypnotist, you know," and we had a sort of like laugh about it, and that was it. But, you know, I always like to credit somebody with that routine, if or ask them if I can use it, obviously, you know, because I think that's what we should do, you know, ask others.
Exactly that. I mean, it's the right thing to do, especially when the amount of work that goes into creating original content. You know, if you've seen my show, you know, there's not very much original content in there. But it's for the stuff that is, I always like to give credit to Michael Johns, an amazing American stage hypnotist, the amazing American stage, wrote a routine for me. And he wrote that routine. So whenever I do that routine, I'll even tell my audience, this was done by the Vegas hypnotist, Michael Johns. And it's a great routine for that. And I think that adds, I think it's like when you quote someone and then you put their name at the end of it in a Facebook post. It's exactly the same as stage hypnosis. If we do someone else's material and we kind of give them credit for it, it adds credibility to ourselves in doing so. But yeah, there's a lot of guys that are very protective over material that, you know, is 300 years old.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But I do. the person who's done that routine or whatever, certainly. And I wouldn't, I just did my same things for years, and I think there's only one routine that I do, and I think that I sort of like did it, and then people would say, "Oh, can I use that routine?" I mean, "Yeah, of course you can. I don't mind. Great, go ahead and do it." So that was it. Yeah. So.
Well, I was speaking to Joris, who's in the comment section earlier. I went over to the Netherlands for a coffee with him a couple of months back. And during that conversation, the amount of kind of goodness he was saying about you, how he went over to Ibiza and spent some time with you whilst he was learning his craft of stage hypnosis. And everyone I've ever spoken to always absolutely, sings your praises and it's rare in the stage hypnosis world, a genuinely nice person as well, no ego involved, which is brilliant. So yeah, absolutely. What's your favorite type of routine to do
In hypnosis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one. Well, prior to COVID, of course, it was a routine that I really love, whereby I hypnotise a lady and ask her who she'd like to meet, and their favourite film star or whoever, or whatever, football or whatever, and it's that really, and I have fun with it, where you wake them up and let's say I'm David Beckham, and I've had them actually jump off the seats, come and launch me, push me over, and on the floor when I was Robbie Williams, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
To make the kicker, because I would take the mickey out of them, being Sam, David Beckham, whatever, and I would then ask them, prior to COVID, of course, would you like to give me a kiss? And they'd say, yeah, of course, and I'd say, would you like to kiss me on the cheek or on the lips? And obviously they're going to go for the lips. But obviously, if they're married or boyfriend or whatever, I'd put her back in trance and say to the husband or the boyfriend, would it be all right for your wife to kiss me on the lips? I need it for the joke. And they would go, 9 times out of 10, it would be, yeah, no problem at all. And then I would, before I woke her up, I'd say to the audience, letting him in on the gag, that when she kisses me, the moment she stops kissing me, she realised she's kissed some bald-headed, middle-aged old git and not David Beckham. And then to see her kiss you for that 1 second and the reaction off her face, it will bring the house down, because she'd be like, and
Yeah.
that was my favourite routine all the time, doing that. And obviously, since COVID, I've stayed wide, never done it since, sort of thing. But that was my favourite one to do, that, just for the reaction with the people. Yeah.
And I like how you change it at the end to add that element to it, because it makes it self-deprecating, and it takes away that, it adds the comedy to it, and it takes away any kind of weirdness that people might have to it. And like you said, the reaction, the contrast between that madly in love meeting their favorite film star to a complete knee-jerk reaction, I think you're right, it's absolutely a brilliant comedic moment.
Yeah, and obviously as well is to ask the partner as well. Do you know what I mean? To be, is it, rather than go ahead and do it, it's asking their permission, because after all, you don't want somebody to come out of the audience and plant you or something like that when you're doing a show. So I always, you know yourself, when you're doing these routines or whatever, you've got to think of everything, and you've got to be trying squeaky clean. Even when I would do the ballerina routine, I would never get them. I'd say, you're now going to walk back to the stage, wave your arms in there. You won't do any ballerina dancing on your tiptoes, because they may fall over and break their ankle and things like that. So everything you've got to think of to make the routine as safe as possible.
I tell people I'll say something and I'll add in all the little caveats. You'll not do this. You'll be aware of the furniture. You'll be aware of this. And I always say to the audience, listen, guys, we say this for a reason, because everything that could have gone wrong with this routine in my career has gone wrong with it. And each time it happens, I always add another caveat to the next time I deliver the suggestion. And you're right. You've got to think of every possible outcome that could go wrong and make sure that you protect and look after them at all times. But that's how you end up with a career that spans 20 plus years, by looking after your volunteers, by being mindful, and being an ethical stage hypnotist, looking after people. So yeah, absolutely spot on. So Let me just put up another link to the book. That is the How to Successfully Become a Stage Hypnotist. And like Dave was saying, this is a book that's good for current stage hypnotists. If you're performing now already, get yourself a copy of this book and you will absolutely pull some golden nuggets from this. It's from a true working professional. One of my biggest bugbears of some stage hypnosis books is some of them you can tell are written by people that haven't necessarily done a lot of stage work themselves. There's a lot of theory in it. You sell yourself and Chris Doc Strange has a great book, both on performing stage hypnosis from performing stage hypnotist, which I think is really important because, like you said, there's those little moments where you don't realize, like about standing on the tiptoes. Only someone that's gigging that has had this stuff happen knows, right, make sure they don't stand on the tiptoes.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. Comes with experience.
Exactly. And nothing, all the training courses, all the books, all the DVDs, all the YouTube videos in the world, nothing beats real world experience when you kind of like, and there is loads of stuff like the theory and the actual practice are very, very different sometimes. If you were to give one piece of advice to your younger self, or somebody that's watching this that is performing or starting their performing career now, one piece of advice, one nugget, what would it be?
I'd say go and learn with a working professional. Absolutely. Go and train with somebody who's doing it at the coalface today. Learn from them because they're out there doing it now. So that's what I'd say.
Do you know what? You're right. Like what you say there is absolutely right. Learn from someone who's doing it now. I've noticed the change in audiences and volunteers just since COVID to now. The whole stage is so different now. Audiences are so different. There's new challenges coming up now, which is bizarre, and I think it's a constant evolution. So yeah, absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
When are you next going to be on my TV? When's the next Steph's Pack Lunch?
Thursday. This Thursday we're on. Yeah, on Channel 4. Yeah, 12:30 till 2 o'clock.
12:30 till 2 o'clock. Channel 4. See the awesome Rawson live on Steph's Pack Lunch, and make sure you give him a tweet. Take a screenshot, tag him on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and just show him some love. Dave, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Sorry about the technical issues at the beginning of the show.
Apologize myself for not getting it right, but
oh no, it's there. There we go. Joyce says, I still use the induction Dave taught me. Love it. That is an absolute fantastic. So Joyce is a great stage hypnotist as well. So, but the fact that he's still using that as well is a testament to you.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy.
He is. He's a really nice guy. He's a cool guy as well, and a great host when I was over in Amsterdam. I think I'm due to go over there again, maybe when the weather gets a little bit nicer.
Everything, yeah.
Brilliant. Dave, thank you for joining us. Guys, once again, there is a link to the Amazon link there for how to become a successful stage hypnotist. If you are serious about taking this craft, then do give him a follow and get yourself that book. Dave, final words?
Thank you for your time. I'm flabbergasted that you need to do it again. So thank you very much.
You were one of the very few people that people were asking for you to come back on again. Oh, I hope that's your cat. Oh, bless. I am an absolute.
Oh, you got your cat.
Yeah, Hercules unfortunately passed last year, or kind of just before COVID, and a friend of mine made this for me. So this was Hercules, but I'm a massive cat addict. Dave, I spend a lot of time in South Yorkshire, and the next time I'm down that way, let's grab a coffee. But I mean, if you're not jet setting around the world or on TV, it would be a real pleasure to kind of have a brew and a catch up because it's been too long, buddy.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Nice one. All right. Well, my love to Andrea, and take care, and I shall see you soon, buddy.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.